We had an important update from Lilly today about when it plans to file for regulatory approval for its next generation weight loss shot, retatrutide, which is going to be a pretty big product for Lilly if it ends up being approved. Already, there are a lot of people seeking out black market versions of this drug just because they've heard about all of the potentially incredible effects, everything from 30% up to 30% weight loss to liver impacts and all of these other potential health benefits like anti-inflammation and all of these things. So Lilly said that they are going to apply for FDA approval sometime in the first quarter of 2027, which is a little bit later than some analysts had expected, but that's just because the data package and the filing that they have to put together is so big.
So how will this be materially different or better than what's on the market right now? Because people are getting really substantial weight loss, and it seems to be working already. What's this new one going to do?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, Zepbound, which is Lilly's other weight loss shot, and Wegovy, which is a Novo Nordisk product, are really good. And like you said, people are getting a lot of success with those now. Retatrutide, which that's the sort of generic chemical name. It doesn't have a brand name yet because it's not approved. Combines 3 different gut hormones. So it's GLP-1, which we've all heard so much about, plus another one called glucagon and another called GIP. Basically, it just supercharges the drug a little bit. It targets some different receptors and is maybe better for things like removing fat from the liver and other health impacts. And there are a certain percentage of people that don't see success on the currently available GLP-1. So for people that need that higher degree of weight loss, this is something that could be a really good product for them.
Can you explain to me I see the ads all over the place, Serena Williams. How are these? Are they generics? Are they compounds? How are they different from the stuff you have to get a prescription for?
Yeah, well, at one point, a lot of those ads that you were seeing from companies like Roe and Hims and Hers, those were for compounded products. So those are products that are made by compounding pharmacies, and they're not exactly the same as the drugs that the pharmaceutical companies sell. They're not approved or reviewed by the FDA in sort of the same way. But a lot of the telehealth companies have recently moved into selling the brand name medications. They were really pushing the compounded versions when there were supply shortages. Now those supply shortages have ended. They've moved to selling the brand name medications. However, there are still a lot of compounding pharmacies and a lot of smaller telehealth companies that have continued to sell these cheaper compounded ones, even though the FDA has said that that's not allowed anymore.
Interesting. Where are we with the oral dosage? That's in the market now, right?
Yeah, it is, which was a big development this year. Wegovy, there's a Wegovy pill. There's also another pill from Lilly called Foundeo. Both of those are selling really, really well. Especially the Wegovy pill has been a huge product for Novo, which is something they really needed. Novo has fallen behind Lilly sort of in the weight loss drug race, even though they were the ones that really created this modern weight loss market with their products Ozempic and Wegovy. Lilly leapfrogged them with some more effective options and also just understanding how to sell products directly to patients and build these sort of telehealth or online infrastructures that were really appealing to patients. So they saw that opportunity and moved into it quickly, helped them sort of surpass Novo. But now Novo's come back with this oral version of Wegovy that's extremely popular. And so that's been helping them as of late. But it sort of remains to be seen in the long run how the pills will end up stacking up to the orals because to the shots, because we are still seeing a lot of demand for the shots.
So it's almost, who doesn't take a weight loss drug that could, in fact, benefit from a weight loss drug? What are the hurdles still? Is it still cost or availability?
It still is cost in the sense that insurance companies are still not widely covering these, which is pretty different than other chronic conditions. So the insurance landscape is still pretty tough for people, and that can be a barrier if the price when you're paying out of pocket is still a couple $100s a month. So that's still unaffordable for a lot of Americans, especially right now. And we've not seen sort of the same insurance pickup that we would see with other chronic health conditions and that we would sort of expect in this market. So that's been a barrier to entry. And the one positive thing with that is that Medicare recently started covering these drugs for people 65 and older with certain health conditions. So that's sort of expected to open access to potentially millions more people. But it's still the number or the percent of people that actually take these drugs that could benefit from them is still pretty low.
Yeah, because I mean, you see somebody out on the street that you would think could benefit, and you wonder why haven't they?
Yeah.
And I guess it's cost primarily right now is the issue. Do the compounded, are they materially cheaper? The compounds?
At this point, not really. I mean, at one point, yes, because people were paying out of pocket for the list price of the drugs, which was over $1,000 a month. The drug makers have substantially reduced the cash pay costs. So now it's like $200 a month and up, sort of depending on the dose that you're on, which is much, much cheaper. And that's sort of around the same price as these compounded medications, because usually for compounded medications, you're getting them from a telehealth company. So you're paying a subscription fee plus the cost of the drug, ends up being sort of the same.
Gotcha.